Everybody, welcome to Britpops React. You and me, BP1 and BP2, and we've got an album review for you today, the first that
Okay.
we've really done on the channel. Now we've got Diana for you, but before we go any further, if you are watching us and you want us in Russian subtitles
Oh,
or any other language, I'm just going to show you
yep.
how you can do that on a previous video that we've done for Diana. If you add closed captions on by ticking that nice little button there, click on the cogwheel, and then you can click on subtitle CC, auto translate, and then you can pick Russian
Brilliant.
here or any other language that you might want our video in. Okay, so
Genius.
there you go. It's brilliant now, isn't it? You can just watch everything in any language. It's brilliant. So this is our album review today. We're going to go
Yep.
through each song.
Okay.
We're going to play you a small clip it, and we're just going to talk about it because we've both sat down independently and listened to Diana's album.
Okay. So first of all, привет to all our Russian viewers out there. And so Diana Ankudinova, she released her first full-length studio album, DA, the obviously the initials of her name. She released it in December to all her digital platforms and also on her YouTube account. The album was produced by Brandon Stone, who is a Georgian record producer born in Tbilisi in 1980. And Diana has actually performed on stage with him, sung a song "With Your Voice" together. And he sort of predominantly wrote most of the songs on this album.
Brilliant. All right. So yeah, we did sit down independently. I actually
Yes.
was doing the ironing at
Okay.
home whilst listening to Diana and making notes on each of the song.
I
Um,
was replying to comments.
More likely, but you know what? I wasn't sure what to expect because we've done lots of Diana in her, the talent shows, the show must go on,
Yes.
and so forth. And I thought, okay, yeah, it's good. We've recently done a sort of like a medley of all her
Yes.
songs, so it'd be interesting to see what she could deliver and how it was produced.
Yep.
So I was surprised. So we'll go through each one. So do you want to introduce the first track because it's all
Yeah.
in
So we
Russian. It's
got
on Spotify, by the way, is where
Yes,
we've listened
we've
to
we've
it.
done it from Spotify. Yep. So in total, there's 9 songs on the album. The running time is 30 minutes and 31 seconds. Released by Starstone Records, and Brandon Stone and Maria Taransenko wrote all the songs on this, and obviously Brandon produced it. So the first one is called "Happiness" in English, and here we go.
All right, let's play a clip. So give you about a 10-second clip. If you want to listen to it, head to Spotify and listen to the whole album and go along with us. Right, so that's just a small 10-second clip for you, just so it gives
Yep.
you a bit of a
Little
vibe
teaser
of,
on
of
what we're
what
talking
it
about.
of what we're talking about. Yeah, so Happiness, first track on the album, straight
Yep.
into it. What were your thoughts? We'll get your thoughts first on what you thought.
Well, I thought, yeah, there was a nice piano intro and then sort of a mid-range from Diana. She wasn't too low, sort of sitting in the middle nicely. And then around the 2 minute 20 second, it starts building nicely, and then she sort of goes up into a higher range. I had this down as a sort of a nice power ballad style.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, when we discuss these, obviously the tracks are all in Russian,
Yes,
and so lyrically, we're not going to talk too much about lyrically. We're going to talk about the song, the beats, and the feel of the song that we come through. I'm very much the same as you. I check my notes here. I've got a real nice echo that they've added to her voice to sort of like
okay,
prolong those sort of big vocals. I've got ballad, the same as you, straight in with a ballady song, similar to what we saw in some of the notes from,
yes,
uh, they got talent stuff. I
Phil
noticed that she
Masterman,
was
yep,
singing the verse is slightly deeper. She has got
okay,
that deep range as
yep,
well as that extremely high range, and then she went higher, the same as you. As the chorus was building up, she was getting higher and higher. But a really nice chilled ending on this song. So if you do go and listen to this song, listen to the ending. It was really nice and chilled. I didn't fall asleep doing the ironing, otherwise I would have burnt myself. But it was a good start to the
yeah,
album and made me look forward to the next song on the album, which was
okay.
number 2. Or are you going to say
Um,
more about number 1?
No, I'm just going to drop in there because you mentioned her range. I did note it down. So as of September 2021, Diana's functional range was measured as C3 to B flat 5. Not that we know any of this, but some people out there will. When she first came to the broader attention in 2017, her range was measured as D3 to A5. So she's obviously, broadening her range now. This places her in the contralto category with a further subcategorization of dramatic contralto, the deepest, darkest, and most powerful contralto voice there is. So just to add some context to your comment on her range, but
Wow. Well, that's it. And
so
we're not vocal coaches by any.
no,
We
we're
just
just
like
two
we just
people that
got
like
a
listening.
bit of an ear, haven't we, for music
Yeah.
and see what we like and what we don't like. All right, track number two. So track number one, nice, easy listening ballad track. Track number
Yep.
two is
Is called My Fireplace.
My Fireplace. Okay, so I
Yes.
still don't know what they were called actually. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. Okay, let's play 10 seconds of that.
Голос хриплый, как будто простужен, и желание просто молчать. Ты был раньше отчаянно нужен.
All right, so number two. Shall I start on this one?
Yeah, you go for it. Yep.
So number two was again. It was like another step on her vocal, that's showing that
Yep.
vocal. Here, I've got really long notes. Now, when we were watching, we did the one after the other when we did sort of the sections of her in the last video.
Yeah.
There was a couple of songs there which both of us were like, her breath and
Yeah.
how long the note was, and this song sort of showcased that for me. So I've got really long notes, vocal ability showcase. This one had a bit of a darker vibe from the piano, and there was some chanting in there. It was almost like some Russian sort of chanting in there. So it felt more like a darker sort of military type vibey song. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was just what I was getting. It was very different from the
Okay.
first one. It wasn't a ballady.
No, I've got on my notes. I wrote down a nice drum beat and light vocals that change up around the 45-second mark. Again, I've got how drawn out vocals with a really nice sound. I like the vocal in behind the drawn out. She's doing something in behind that, isn't she? So sort of singing back
like
to
a
herself.
layered.
Yeah, very nice. I got light string sounds and electronic sounding. I conjured up when he played it again there, driving around at night in your car, arm out the window type of vibe on that one, isn't it? You could imagine that in a film. They're sort of just driving around. I don't know. That's what I took from that one.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing I did notice about this album was it pictures you somewhere. When you
Yes.
listen to it, you picture yourself somewhere, wherever that may be. And there's a couple that I'll chat about on later ones. But yeah, certainly for a second song, nothing offensive at all at this point
No.
in time. I was like, never knowing what to expect. We were listening to it in a completely different language as
Same
well.
for us, yeah.
But because of the feel and the way she sings, it didn't matter for the whole album, to be quite honest with you.
There wasn't one song that I would have sort of skipped by. They sort of draw you in, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. I think there was one song on the album, we'll come to that a bit later, that I was, but the rest of them I had a good experience with. Okay, number three. What's number three?
Number 3 is called On the Edge.
On the Edge. Okay, so we've got a bit of On the Edge. I'm going to skip it in a bit.
Yeah. Nice sound.
Стирает ветром все следы.
So, all right. See, I'm not giving much away here, by the way. So, if you want to check out Diana's album, head over to Spotify as well. We listen to it. And so,
Yes.
Number three, yeah. Number three for me. Oh, do you want to go first? No, you go first this time.
Okay, yeah,
Well,
we'll take it in
alternative.
turn. Yeah, alternate. I got here interesting keyboard sound to start. It started off with this interesting keyboard, very whispered vocals to start with, wasn't it? Then she sort of started bringing the range in around about the 1 minute mark. I got a very nice vocals at 2:20, and then the sort of chanting started, which was similar to the song "The Crow" from the show Masker 11. So similar to that with nice strings in it. That's what I got on that
Yeah,
one.
oh good, interesting. Okay, so bearing in mind we've not talked about this to each other before. We've listened to it completely independently. So I've got this one down as being quite a ballady song. So we've gone back to sort of,
Yeah.
that sort of ballad feel. I've got double voices using her vocal abilities. There's lots of layered voices on top of each other. The echo is something that I noticed throughout the whole album. There seems to be a slight echo added to her vocal. I've got, at this point, I'm extremely chilled, is what I've written down. So
yeah,
which was really nice. Is a nice feeling to have. And I've also got, I really like the strings in the song. So also picked up on your strings.
Yeah.
So yes, again, 3 in, and I've put I'm extremely chilled. So that
Pretty
was
good.
the vibe I was getting early on with the album. And but vocally, just smooth, wasn't it?
It is very smooth.
written
Yeah,
down.
very smooth. Or from the songs that we've picked out, even from the medley we did. She has got a very good range and a very good smooth. And we saw her on that show that her performing, it was coming along as well, wasn't she? She's starting to be able to perform as well. Like a proper on-stage performer. So very good.
Definitely. All right, track 4.
Track 4
what was
is
that called?
Night.
Night. Okay.
Yep.
So we'll play you a bit of Night.
Моя ночь от меня ускользает, снова меняя весь мир вокруг. Ночь.
All right, so I'll just give you a little. Just skip it on
Give
a
it
little
in
bit, just to get it. So, all right, I'll start first on this one. So straight away, something totally different on the album. Okay, so we've had balladies, we've had slowies. Straight away, bang, we've got a dance track here. We've got a very dancey beat. Again, the echo on the voice really shows in this song. What have I put here? It's almost a haunting dance track. There's moments in there which she sort of, I think she did it on one of her massive performances on one of the talent shows where she sort of, you can imagine her sort of bold eyes staring. She gives that sort of haunted feeling. It's quite a mainstream song. Okay, so if there was something
one
she
of
was
the
going
most
to put
mainstream
out,
on it. Yeah,
I've put mainstream, but I have put it got quite repetitive.
Okay.
Towards the end, there's the sort of like the chorusy bit, and I've just got a little bit repetitive at the end, but it was a different track on the album.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I had a nice intro, kicks in at the 56-second mark, a great dance beat and very electro, with light vocals from Diana. Slight echoes of Cher I was getting on the style vocal performance on the backing. I've got down here that this would be one of my favorites. So I think the dance, and like you said, the more mainstream, it sort of draws you in, got your feet tapping. So one of my favorites from the album.
Cool. All right, track number 6 is called
Track number
5.
5. Thank you.
Just making sure he's awake.
It's Angel.
Angel. Okay, so let's have a little listen to a bit of Angel.
От порога разлуку, как сотни негаснущих свеч твою прогоняет тревогу.
All right, Angel.
Yes.
It's quite angelic, actually.
Yeah. So when it starts off, you got the old phone voice message phone
I've got that
answer
written down
machine.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah. When you first start, that was quite interesting. Then the 1:30 mark, you get some heartbeats coming in along with the beat, which I found very good. And then the 2-minute mark, it changes again. So this one's sort of switching all over the place. I've got very nice vocals on this one. Yeah, again, very laid back song.
Yeah, very similar. I had a feeling that when we're talking about that picture in your head, straight away I had a picture of walking through like a big meadow or somewhere, if I had my headphones on and I was picturing myself somewhere just walking through something like that. But then that phone came in, there was like an answer phone message, just totally out of the blue. Wasn't expecting that. I've got some really nice vocal breakdowns with no music. It's almost like the music cuts out and all you can hear is Diana's voice. A really good vocal breakdowns in this song, But I have written it's not a memorable song right at the end. So I've got one that's sort of
Okay.
although it had those vibes and you had that change
Yep.
up. I've got it's not, but it wouldn't be. It'd be one that maybe if you listen to the whole album, it's just passed you by type of thing.
It's
a
an album
typical
filler
album
type song.
Filler.
Yeah.
Definitely a filler. All right, number 6.
It's called Fragile Ice.
Fragile Ice. Okay, yeah.
Сложно сосчитать. Моя любовь мне сердце согревает и не дает надежду потерять.
Okay, so there we've got again a slightly different sort
Different
of
one
feel.
again, yeah. I mean, this one I put down hints of sort of lo-fi style beats with the hi-hats and that going on in the background on 16ths. Nice high range from Diana, and sort of picking up the pace in the vocals. The vocals sort of seem to speed up and then come back down. And we've also got a male backing vocal on this one as well.
Yeah, no, we did, which was different again for the song, and so
Yep.
I've got a lot of start stop. So it was like a bit like on the record players, like that, the bit of scratch. It's almost like a little scratchy on there. We have got the male vocal in the background. There's a delay. So on this one, where we've seen an echo on her voice, we can see a delay on her voice this time. So it's delaying those. I've got some really high vocals in this, which are really nice. There's some deep contrasting vocals as well, but it's quite a short track on the album.
Yes, it is actually. 2:58 on there.
Yeah, 2:58. So it's under the 3-minute mark, which is, if you watch our channel, is always a good thing when we're reacting. So yeah, I've got that down as quite again, it's that sort of scratchy, different track, which was quite nice to have sort of midway through an album.
Okay.
Number 7.
Yes, this is called "I Call You Russia."
Okay, fair enough. Let's give a bit of that.
Любовь в легендах, сердце здесь о любви кричит и разносит по небу ветра.
So what I'm going to say about this one
Right.
is, straight off the bat, this sounded a bit like Shakira. Now,
Okay.
Shakira's got this sort of quite a deep. She can have quite a deep voice. In some
Yeah.
songs. And if you remember, whenever, wherever, I can't sing, by the way.
Vocal coach.
Vocal, yeah, you know it. I got that sort of vibe from this song, especially right at the beginning. There's a little section right at the beginning which sounds just like it. I've also got big power chords on the piano, so you can hear the chord and the power chord coming in on piano. I've also got towards the end of the song, I've put Vig song. So it's one of my favourite ones on the album. Quite a big song, and it's quite folky. I got a folk vibe in there. There's some folky strings, I think, in there.
Folky strings, yeah, I think it's something like that. So I have got an interesting intro and low vocals. Then the vocals change at around the 58-second mark. Change up again. I've got, it could be used as a movie soundtrack song. It's sort of a big, like I say, a big song. And I've got 80s sounding drums and then a nice ending. But the drums were like, the old sort of, what was it? The introduction to the intro of Miami Vice or something like that, sort of those. Yeah. So that's I thought it was a nice song. Let's say quite a big one. Could be as on a movie soundtrack or something.
I think so, yeah. I think it's probably down on here. It's probably one of my favourite songs, maybe if the favourite song on the album. So we've got 2 more tracks left. Track 8, which is...
Duduk.
Say again?
Duduk.
Okay.
That was the translation that came out. I don't know what that means. Somebody will tell us in the
Right,
comments.
let's start at the beginning. Okay, so we've got... Can't get a vocal. Okay, so I skipped through different parts of the song there.
Yeah.
So what did you make of this one, track 8?
I've got down here some sort of traditional instrument to begin with. That bit that we got at the beginning.
Yeah.
Very light vocals to start with a nice backing vocal. It seems to be quite a tender song, and then you get this nice drum intro come in. I've got very nice vocal winding around a lead line. Again, very 80s drum line, more than likely programmed. But yeah, so there's this interesting vocal with a lead, going around the lead, which was kept you sort of pulled you right in on that one.
Yeah, no, similar. I've got that, that visualization of being lost at sea through
Okay.
fog,
All right.
Yeah, I know. I am quite crazy, by the way. But, I had that sort of thing, when you're in the movie, when they're in the boat and they're going
With
through
the ham and
fog and
cheese
they're lost
baguette.
at sea with the ham and cheese baguette. That's
Really, really
absolutely
gets into it.
when you get into it. I've got this down as a movie song, 100%.
Right. Okay.
I've got awesome singing, and she's really
Yes.
holding her notes particularly well. I've got it's an emotional song, so there's quite a lot of emotion in this song, and I've just put a huge album song. So I've just got this one as, which I was surprised when I listened to it that it was number 8. I would have thought it would have been number 2 or 3 on the album. I know you don't necessarily put tracks, but normally track 2 and 4 are the big songs on albums.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see it at number 8. For me, it's that movie type song.
Okay.
All right. Last song on the album.
No, last song on the album is Dear. It's called Dear.
Yeah. Okay, I
Oh,
pressed the wrong button. I'm doing so well. We got right to the last one. Here we go.
Может, так прописано судьбой, но нашла
Lovely vocal there.
yes.
All right, so I'll go first on this one. So I've got really high piano notes. So a lot of the songs are played sort of mid piano to low. This one particularly was played up the higher end of the piano, real sort of high notes to contrast with the deeper vocals. So we heard that right at the beginning there. A lot deeper vocal from Diana. Then I've got huge long high notes with an echo, which is what we just sort of touched upon there that you heard. I've put super chilled, super smooth, but with some real heavy beats in the background. What I did notice about a lot of the album is big contrasts. If she's singing deep, you're hearing high pianos. If she's singing high, you've got this like a big dumbed down drum in the background. Like you mentioned, like that sort of 80s beat. It's
light and
cleverly
dark,
done.
isn't it? Yeah, light and dark shades in there. I mean, on this one, I've got down very, very reflective song. So I've got there's a nice piano intro with very light vocals to start with. Then around the 1 minute mark, it moves up into a lovely higher range, and then you then get the drum beats introduced around 150. So this, again, building it, but not too much. Like I say, it's one of those songs that you just sort of, while you're listening to it, you're sort of remembering things, reflecting on it. Very nice light song.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right, we've gone through all the tracks of the album. I'm just going to give my sort of high level what I've thought of the album. So, what I've written down at the time, because you have to write it at the time that you listen to it. It's very much a piano-driven album. Okay, you're not going to hear your guitar. You don't really hear guitars in this album. You hear Diana, which is what you want to hear, and you hear a nice piano with beats in the background. I've got it smooth, it's particularly chilled, it's very easy listening. It's in Russian, which is not something that we would normally listen to. But I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed the album, and I thought it made me chilled. I started on the ironing, I finished on the sofa, and I was relaxed and I was chilled, and I really did enjoy it. And I've got a score for it, but we'll score it after you've given your
Yeah,
overview.
I mean, my sort of summary of this would be, again, taking something that's completely out of our comfort zone, a song in Russian from a singer that's, only very, very new to us. We've seen her on the shows and those things. But what I took from this was, again, in here, she wasn't trying to shock with the very deep, low vocals or the very high. It was sort of all mid-range, very nice and light, easy to listen to. and a very sort of chilled, relaxed album all in all. You know, every single song on there was really nice, very contrasting between each one. So there's it shows a lot of her range and vocal style, but very chilled. That's what I take from it. You know, as BP1 says, you could sit down with this on in the background, just having a nice drink and just chilling back. Very good. Impressive.
Yeah, no, it was a good album. Before we score Diana's album, if you could hit that like button, that would help us out of the channel. You know, taking time out and stuff, it always helps to have the likes on the videos to push it out further to more people. So I'm going to put the scoreboard over Diana. I given this album an 8.4 out of 10.
Okay.
That's you know, this is our first ever real proper album review that we've done on the channel. It's not something, it's not a mainstream, she's not really a mainstream artist that I would go to. It's only learning about her, and you know, we're still learning about Diana, and this is her first album that we've heard. So you know, for me to come out and give it an 8.4, really easy listening, not in my own language, I think is good. I enjoyed it.
I mean, again, you know, let us know in the comments if this is something you enjoyed. This is totally new for us, but something that we do enjoy listening to new artists and reviewing things. So if you enjoy this, let us know, and we'll find some others to do. For me, I'm pretty similar to BP1's comments. I would have come in at about an 8.3, 8.4, not in my own language, first time listening to it, but all in all, I was very pleasantly surprised with the whole album, all the songs on it, and the way that it was produced, and we're more sort of Britpop, heavy rock. That's our kind of, you know, driving guitars. So for us to listen to this from start to finish in a different language, write notes down about it, take bits out of it, and give it a score of, I'd say I'm coming in at about the 8.4 as well.
Brilliant. That's 8.4 from us at Britpop's React. Like BP2 says, thank you so much for coming with us on this album review for Diana. Hit the comments, let us know what you thought. Do you agree with some of our comments? Have you gone off? Make sure you go off and listen to it on Spotify. Like I said, it wasn't a particularly very long album. Sit on the sofa one evening, grab yourself a drink and chill out with their album. It's like I say, we enjoyed it.
30 minutes, 31 seconds.
Job done.
Check it out.
Thank you for watching us. I've said that once, I'll say it again. As always, it's a goodbye from me over there.
And it's a goodbye from him over there. Thanks for watching.
He's a 20th century